Being a Rebbe from a Sifta age Bochum, it is so easy to notice how every boy wants to taste the sweetness of Torah. Every boy wants to feel the connection to Hashem when they daven. But it doesn't come so easily. That's why many Bochum ask for a bracha to attain this. And it's not only young Bochum, it's young and old. We all strive to have the Harvana Hashem Elokeinu, to taste the sweetness of Torah. Rabbi Victor Miller said he learned the concept of enjoying tefillah when he was a young boy. He was in shul. At the end of davening, an elderly yid was walking out, and as he was walking out, he clapped his hands together and he said, Gishmake davening. What an enjoyable davening. To young Avigdor Miller, he thought davening is something we have to do. He learned it could be enjoyable. How do we attain this? Firstly, we have to ask the Ribbono Shel Olam. When we say the bracha, the Harvana Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem give us the sweetness of Torah. Let's feel the connection. But the Svarim HaKadoshim add, if a person is careful with Shmiras Einayim, he's connected to Kedusha, then he could attain the connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu when he learns Torah, to taste the sweetness of Torah, and also when he davens to feel the enjoyment of davening. Reb Shimshon Pincus said over a story. He was once traveling from Eretz Yisrael to New York, and it was a stopover in Europe. He sat near the connecting flight, and when it was around 10 minutes to board the flight, he stood up and he was about to go onto the plane, but he noticed in the corner there was a yid who was davening mincha, and he could tell from the way that he was davening there was nothing going on in the world but his Shemona Esrei. And he took a better look. He saw it was the famed Mashgiach Reb Don Segel Shlita, and he saw there was a peaceful expression that adorned his face. And Rav Pincus understood if he doesn't finish davening quickly, he'll miss his flight. A few moments passed, and the agent announced, final boarding call for flight so-and-so to New York. The gate will be closed in 3 minutes. And the Mashgiach continued davening. Rav Pincus was in awe, and he said to himself, whatever happens to the Mashgiach will happen to me. I'm staying behind with him. 3 minutes passed. For some reason they didn't close the gate, and Reb Don continued davening. Finally, after 10 minutes, he walks back 3 steps. He says, Aleinu. He picked up his head. He sees Rav Pincus, and he says, come, let's go. And Rav Pincus thought it was too late, but they walked towards the gate. They let them on the plane. As soon as they arrived on the plane, they closed the doors ready for takeoff. It turned out there was a suspicious baggage which boarded the plane, and they had to call backup security, and that's why there was a 15-minute delay. When the flight was in the air for quite some time, Rav Pincus stood up and he walked over to Reb Don Segel, and he wanted to ask a question. He wanted to understand. With utmost respect, he asked the Mashgiach, is this the proper way one should act? Forget about his flight and just continue davening? I'm not asking if a person should daven or not. I'm asking, should a person maybe shorten his tefillah or not? And Reb Don Segel smiled and he said, but what should I do? I didn't know it was time to board the flight, and therefore I was enjoying my tefillah so much I didn't know. And Rav Pincus said afterwards, only someone who saw the Mashgiach davening can understand the genuine pleasure of someone standing before HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is what we all could attain. If we watch our eyes, we will all merit to have the Harvana in our learning and our connection to Hashem in davening.